Deanna Troi was a half-Beta Z, half-human Starfleet officer under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard. She served as ship's counselor aboard the USS Enterprise D and the USS Enterprise E. In 2379, Troi transferred to the USS Titan. In early 2365, Troi became pregnant by an alien who wished to experience human feelings and relationships. He grew at an accelerated rate. Within hours, he was an 8-year-old boy. At the same time, a plasmic plague struck the ship and threatened to kill everyone within hours. The alien realized that he was the source of the plague and sacrificed his human life to save the ship. He reverted to an alien life form and left the ship. Troi experienced both the joy of childbirth and the heartbreak of losing a child. In 2366, Troi became the object of affection for a new crew member named Reginald Barclay. He was too shy to approach her, so he created a holo program to interact with her. Troi counseled him, and he eventually ended the program. In 2368, Troi took command of the Enterprise after it was hit by a quantum filament that caused major damage. The accident trapped the officers in various parts of the ship. Her decision not to separate the bridge and engineering and divert power to engineering saved the ship. In 2369, Troi was kidnapped and surgically altered by the Romulan underground movement. She was forced to assume the role of Major Raquel, an operative for this Tal Shiar, on board the Romulan vessel. While there, Troi befriended Sub-Commander Nevek, who helped her adopt her role and reveal the true nature of her mission, to help Vice Proconsul Murat and 2 of his aides defect to the Federation. Troi discovered that she wielded much power over the crew of the Khazara, as many people were frightened of the Tal Shiar. However, she had a conflict relationship with the Khazara's commanding officer, Commander Torth. When Troi's mission took a turn for the worse, a fight with the Enterprise seemed imminent. Deanna seized command of the Khazara. She was able to successfully complete her mission by concealing a transporter beam inside a low-level disruptor blast. Nevek was killed by the Khazara henchmen after Torth retook command, and the Enterprise barely managed to beam Deanna back on board before the Khazara fled under cloak. In 2371, Troi piloted the Enterprise D during the Battle of Viridian III, and subsequently crash-landed the ship's primary hull on the planet below. She was the last person to pilot the ship, as the engineering section was destroyed due to a warp core breach, and the saucer section could not be salvaged. The Enterprise E. In 2372, Deanna transferred to the Sovereign-class USS Enterprise E with most of the senior staff of the Enterprise D. In 2379, Deanna made her final voyage aboard the Enterprise, as her ship journeyed to Romulan space on a diplomatic mission, in which she and her crewmates met the new Reman Praetor Shinzon. Aboard the Enterprise, Troi was telepathically violated by Shinzon, who seemed obsessed by her. She used their residual link to her advantage. However, during the Battle of Basan Rift, after the Enterprise was nearly disabled, Troi took the helm and, under the captain's orders, crashed the ship into the Scimitar, further disabling Shinzon Reman Warbird. Deanna was later saddened to learn the fatality of the battle included not only Shinzon, but also Data. She subsequently joined the USS Titan under Riker's command. In 2376, Deanna visited Lieutenant Reginald Barclay. While she enjoyed shore leave on Earth, Barclay, an old friend of hers from the Enterprise D and E, told her about his role in the Pathfinder project, a mission to determine a method of communicating with the USS Voyager, stranded in the distant Delta Quadrant. In 2379, Deanna married Will Riker. The first ceremony was a traditional Earth wedding, where Captain Picard served as Will's best man. After that ceremony, a traditional Betazoid wedding ceremony was to take place on Beta Z.